Send the ping. And join the meetup. Almost forgot this was going on today. I was already chilling at another meetup, having a time there, and then I was like, oh wait, face tracking meetup. Frick. I'm trying to join every face tracking meetup that I can, and so yeah.
Oh no, now I really broke something. What are you doing?
How do you get up there?
There are keys.
Yes. I was at another meetup. I was at the Nanachi meetup. And then...
Yeah, I saw it.
And then I checked the channel. I was like, oh frick! At least I'm here now.
I mean, yeah. Well,
Yep.
everyone is upstairs, so...
I was gonna go there, but then you stopped me.
I mean, it's like a mashup or something. There's our server. And it's
There's a bean.
Hello, hello.
With the camera, I see.
Yes.
Bean with the camera.
I gotta reduce my render resolution because I forgot to do that prior. Hey, you. Cutie.
You the cute.
You're fluffy. You're very fluffy.
I am. The one bean was using it. One bean was using it here. The bean running behind that bean there. And then I wanted to use it too. I have a toggle for it. I usually have it off because it's a little laggy for some people, but I think it's fine. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, realistically speaking, you'll have more of a, you'll have a larger problem from CPU cycles.
Yeah.
Got your nose.
It's Mark.
That is not something that Mark would do.
Bet.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Hello.
This is terrifying rabbit.
Hey, hey.
I'm being surrounded.
Oh.
Just came here to loom over you.
Why do you have very deadly hands?
No.
Alright. Why does it look like you have a fur shader enabled? Oh, because you have.
Shader enabled.
It's a very...
guessed.
It's a very slight fur shader. It's like basically
but it's not quite as intense.
like it looks a little fuzzy, the surface. That's about it.
Well, until you take the fucking arm warmers off, and then it's hairy as fuck.
Alright.
Maybe I shouldn't use it though.
Yeah, extra FPS.
Is that without the shader?
Yeah, this is without the fur. And then here's it on.
Oh.
I feel like I actually noticed a frame dip there when you turned it on, but whatever.
That's also one of the best
Oh.
Internet legs.
Don't crash. Don't crash.
I'm not crashing, it's just ping.
To stay connected.
It's ping.
Sure, whatever you
I
say.
wanted to stream, but
Oh yeah, streaming these meetups is not a good idea. I speak from
I
experience.
wanted to do dual PC with my laptop. I have set it up before, I have had it working before, but I just couldn't get my remote desktop to work. It just couldn't connect. Like my PC is like right next, like the laptop like on the table. That PC is like it's right next to it. It's on. Both of them are connected to the Ethernet. It should just work. It worked yesterday, but now it just doesn't. It just says like admin has disconnected your connection to remote desktop or something. And then it's just no.
I have a capture card, which I could, you know, so I could use,
I have a capture
I could put
card.
the Varjo compositor thing on, like, the output to the capture card and do it that way, but the problem is, it's a PCIe capture card,
I put calling on for distance. No.
Oh.
so I can't just plug it into my laptop,
Midnight.
and using it in my server is...
OT sandwiches.
Well, it's not a good idea given that it's a Proxmox machine, so,
Yeah.
I don't have any GPU encode in any of the VMs. Because for that I would need to require a GPU, and then I'm already out of PCIe slots. And CPU encode inside a VM just... not a good idea. I rendered...
Like how I have it.
I rendered a video clip in a VM once, but it took like 10 hours for something that only took like 3 or 4 on my main machine, so
Oh, why is doing that?
yeah.
Yeah.
CPU encode in a VM is not a good idea.
Yeah.
I speak from experience.
But,
You should just
how I had it set up was
and smack.
I have the capture, like the Elgato HD 60S Plus capture card. I have it connected to my GPU on my main machine, and then the USB connects to the laptop.
Like goes to scissors.
And then I have it being like a separate display kind of. So the
Maybe-
capture card is like a virtual display on my PC.
Sorry to interject, but
It's-
maybe
it's not in
don't
between, it is.
maybe don't do this sort of hand movement while you're sitting down like that. Just saying. That is fine. I was more talking about this specific movement.
It's alright.
Because
They
you have to spare.
Never mind. I would like sit there, and then it's like a virtual display on the like main machine, because it's not in between the display cable kind of. That's how you usually would use a capture card. So I just have it be like a virtual display, and then I use lossless scaling to take the VRChat window that I have in 720p, and it's running like maybe 45 FPS or something. I take that window and I upscale it to the virtual display to be running at 60 flat like all the time, and it's 1080p. And then the laptop takes that image and audio with the HDMI, and then it just is in there, and then I have everything set up there, and then it just works. But my remote desktop doesn't work, so I can't access the laptop from VR, so I can't just can't do it right now.
Yeah.
But the
Can you
is
not?
really cool, actually. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I have played around with streaming with like a secondary streaming box. But I mean, at that point in time,
It's pretty
my secondary machine wasn't already functioning as a server. I had like a third machine for a server. And the problem is, it was rather unstable, like, because the way I was doing the audio, I had my mic and everything hooked up to my main PC for like voice chats and whatnot. And then I just had Voice Meter Banana take, you know, the desktop audio and my mic
what I have as
and send it over HDMI to the other machine. But then something caused Voice Meter Banana to crash, and then all of the audio was just gone on the stream. And then, because I was just duplicating the main screen, because I was duplicating the main screen using Windows, yeah, some games didn't like that. Because my main monitor is a 1440p monitor, but the capture card only accepts 1080p. It does work, but some games don't like that. So...
Yeah. why I use lossless scaling. Oh, I guess you could just use OBS on the main machine. Just have a blank OBS that only has one display capture and then it captures the display. And then you use the full screen projector on the capture card display, and then it just would work like that. But lossless scaling is good for if you're streaming VRChat, for example, because it doesn't run at 60 FPS all the time. So you can have frame generation on the display of the game, like on camera display for the stream. It's cool.
But yeah, for me, the thing is, for me, when I stream VR, I also always have two different views, which, on the capture card, hard to represent. Like, what you can do is, of course, have, like, multiplex your output to have, like, different tiles with, like, the different views, but
I guess,
it's just more, more overhead and everything, just, I don't
Some
bother with
people
it.
do that, like, I have seen people in, like, streaming a Seto course that do it like they have dual PC set up, and then the streaming PC is also running the game in like separate account, and then the separate account is like filming them on like the second, like on the streaming PC, and then they have like capture card for the like main like POV like of the game, and then they have a secondary view. That's the
You can't do that in VRChat though. The thing, what I was talking about with multiplexing is actually have an instance of OBS where you then cut out, you know, your different things. Like kind of what you mentioned with like the monitor projector, but actually build up your different views, just have like tiles in there.
Say the Gremlin has just arrived.
Which you can do, it's just more overhead. And if you do this sort of multiplexing, then you do want to have a 4K capture card.
Monero, but I didn't know.
Jesus.
Oh. This is art.
It's quite a cute one.
This one is three.
Wow.
Put your hair up like that. What the heck?
mini beans.
Yes. Many adorable beans. And Miku.
Yeah.
I also wonder who did it.
It was this
Many
one.
adorable beans. I was just gonna headbutt you from behind.
I kind of wanna do my like colors on one of these nanachis that you have. I just don't have the model. I would wanna do like my colors on one of these.
Yeah,
I just don't have the model.
I only give out the Kopuchi to people who have access to the files. I don't want to be like the primary source for piracy, if that makes sense.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Very adorable.
When it comes to avatars, like pirating like software from like Adobe or something is fine, but pirating like
Varjo is really bad.
avatars and stuff is not. Oh no.
Who says that?
Injuron breath.
Sorry to bother you. How much do they cost? How much do these avatars cost?
You will have to DM Kopu, but last time I checked, Kopu doesn't answer DMs anymore,
Glad you
so...
like it.
I can see.
Yeah...
I do have the Randichi though. I have the Randichi purchased, but I haven't done anything with it.
That can see.
Yeah...
Oh. I mean, it looks basically the same. Like,
I'll be doing
Well,
videos
not
of those
quite.
models shortly. I don't know when, but it'll happen.
Sleepy
You know,
Oh no.
if you want to have a comparison
Workshop, what happened?
from a hand perspective,
yeah, but
Never changed.
the white one is Verentichi.
this is just so differently done.
Well,
It's
this
so
is...
different done because it doesn't have the hair and stuff.
This is... Yeah, but this is just the only difference between these is the texture and, well, one is a Rantichi and the other is a Kopuchi. So you can see like the actual like topology differences between the Rantichi and the Kopuchi. They are different.
They are, but it's... If you don't have them side by side, you would mix them up.
Not dying.
Well, maybe someone who's not familiar with Nanachis. I can tell you, That's a cup of tea, that's a Rantishi. Like, from, like, at a glance.
Yeah, I don't know my
That's a
avatar
Mulan.
bases. Like, there's so many new avatar bases. I
Adorable.
just don't know them. Like, I couldn't even know this. I would say that this is Hopkin Redux if I didn't know.
How dare you call that a Ninfi? That is not a Ninfi.
The Redux is higher. I am small bean. Okay.
Oh, you need to play pool with no.
Maybe.
I was.
Or maybe I would call you an Orphan. It's
There we go.
maybe.
This is a Ninfi. AKA Hopkin Redux.
The face is a Redux.
Yes. Yeah.
The face is the same. Yours now this is shorter. And yours
It's just a running gag because our community gremlin, Purple Ninfi, used to run around with a Hopkin Redux, and then other people who started having Hopkin Redux avatars that also started calling started having like Color Ninfi as a nickname on the Discord. So that's why we call these Ninfis.
Oh, pretty nymphy.
I'm Blue Ninfi, by the way, in case you can't tell.
Quite blue. I see. But yeah, my point is that I don't know avatar bases that well. I can tell what is a Rex, and I can tell what's a Nordragon, and I can tell what's a Hopkin, and I can tell what's a Kitavali and Davali, but that's it. I don't know. I can tell it's a Nonanche, but I can know that what kind of Nonanche it is, because it just looks the same to me. If I can't see the geometry, I can't tell.
Fair. I'm kind of a person who kind of nerds out over different bases. Adorable. I'm surprised I didn't hit my desk there. I was like solidly over my over my room borders there.
Like, to be honest with you, I have only like, okay, 5 avatars maybe. Yowlin,
16-6?
Jinxiska, Wolfen,
15. Oh yeah.
and one of the like Rexes. That's freaking cool.
I don't have any Rexes. I pretty much have the Nachis, I have a Hopkin Redux, which you saw. I have a Wicker Beast and a Kita Dragon.
That's cute.
That's very adorable.
It's like somebody just took me to bed and I placed one. Let me get you.
You wanna see the most optimized? Not the most optimized. You wanna see an optimized avatar?
What would you like to see?
Sure.
I'm looking for suggestions.
Oh, add them to.
Yeah.
I mean, mine is stretchy, but not wiggly.
Oh god.
I don't know if there's any that...
Minecraft.
No,
Boop.
thinking of expanding.
Can I take a photo?
You've got anything that
I love how it has like a... Looks like an
that,
apple
like,
in its
Publix
mouth.
just could have face tracking if the author.
It's an apple, yeah.
They don't
Nice.
have unified expressions. Oh, it's okay. I'll come back at some point. I'll be asking around because I wanna put more face tracking on more models.
These piercings.
Someone's ears
I
on
love
my
this bunny
face.
equality.
Yes.
I like the piercings on this bunny. I love these triple earrings.
This one's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just
I like
got this a couple days ago. I threw unified expressions on it. It's fun.
It looks really nice, but the model doesn't fit me. Like you say, the knees are too high.
I mean, clearly that's a skill issue. You know, knee trackers.
Money. Ooh, money.
You know, I'm saying this while having basically the bare minimum for full body.
I was at Frolicy, that bunny.
Well, I have the freaking Vive Pro controllers on my legs for tracking.
I know you.
Oh.
But what models?
Okay, understandable.
Oh my god.
having the Vive controller.
Just upgrade my GPU to get
Yikes. Ow.
I have those on my legs here. They're really,
Yeah, I can imagine.
yeah.
I only have one use for my Vive controllers, and that's Beat Saber. They're really good Beat Saber controllers if you wanna if you play Beat Saber for like the workout.
People say that they suck for Beat. People say that they suck for Beat Saber.
They're heavy.
It's just like superior, but I don't know.
They're heavy. That's why people who play competitively say they suck for Beat Saber. But like, they're like the perfect shape for Beat Saber. And if you play Beat Saber for the workout or for the fun, then I'll be honest, they're like the perfect Beat Saber controllers.
I have the game, but I have played it once. It's a good game to have, but don't play it. I would wanna do the whole mall stuff mod where you like have some kind of thing that has a tracker on it and then you can like go to like the I would wanna do that, but it's difficult to make.
I mean, from what I've seen is what some people did is they just took a Vive tracker, screwed it on like a camera like grip, and then used some sort of mods of it and then used tracker swap, like a tracker swap tool in SteamVR, to swap the tracking position of the controller and the tracker.
It's Ninja
Hello.
lookalike.
Yes.
How's it going?
You need to take picture. You too. You need to take picture.
Ninfi, Purple Ninfi,
This is a nightmare.
you're being cloned. Not cloned, but
even works. I mean, that's cute though. I like it.
yes.
You're good. I'm just
Look pretty. Pretty.
You guys need to take a picture together. Exactly. Who's the real purple?
On my list, and like a couple plushie models. That's my like batch I'm working with right now.
There are a couple of models.
Thank you for.
Same person made a model that is like, you know, just like
Can you not?
Ducks.
just like a base. Like,
Oh my god.
this one.
That's so good.
A better model. But
Not me.
for a different time. We're not gonna talk about that.
Everyone's just dancing.
Yeah, that I would like to see face tracking on because it's easy to get the
goddammit.
textures.
I'm not even doing anything. I'm not even doing anything.
I believe the creator's name.
Just one more reason to to not have that stuff on your
I'm
model.
gonna write them down.
Flash mob is a mistake.
H-O-I-S-H-I.
Did you make it? Brilliant.
L-A.
It's either Hoishi or Hoishizilla. I believe it's Hoishizilla. It may just be Hoishi with two eyes.
Is that a backdoor?
What?
No, Flash was made by someone called Entry.
I mean the avatar thing. Is it really considered a backdoor then?
I don't know. I was wondering, something was messing with my ears.
Somewhere they're
It was
buried.
your freaking feet.
It's not me. I was trying to make them up, but they're not up.
Hold on.
It's just here.
It is a toggle.
Avatar.
I can move them like this,
It's not the one that's for
or I can have them
I
like
can
this,
tell you that one.
or like this.
Here, yeah.
Hum.
I'm trying to find a name that
You were very entranced by my my postures.
Bruh.
Yeah.
What's
This is me. Why?
SFX.
Yeah, I thought you got to force into submission.
Do you like it when I'm being like suave and like very sassy? Like
Hoishi.
Yeah.
that kind?
See where you got Zilla from? Because their Twitter handle is Hoishizilla.
Yeah.
You made your things purple now. You made your things purple. They look pretty cool now.
Yeah, but it's not Umbra. It's not Umbra color. That's
Be
why.
willing to take it on as like a direct thing.
Makes fun of the tape. It's not nothing of just personal.
Someone is holding my ear.
Hit me up.
Wonderful.
Will do.
Warp.
I spent too much money on this for what I got.
Alright, it's almost
Like I said,
50.
that's different. Story different.
You asking questions.
I'm gonna go back to something else.
I like that avatar, dude. It's so awesome. It's like my favorite colors.
You know, don't be.
It's just flat, you know.
I removed the tail. There's no custom scratch tail. I love these colors so much.
Really big. I know.
My headset, cause holy shit. So
You're not the maker, right?
All those people using Nova Beasts.
I worked with Jerry. That's what I did.
These are my favorite colors ever.
We worked on it. I didn't like it.
Whenever the new avatar comes out and it's pretty much popular, I'm like,
I do.
you already have one, you already have two, you already have three, you don't need more.
Yeah, I know. It's so
green.
I mean, just be like me.
I've done the right job.
Keep reusing the same avatar base over and over
So
again.
many people like rendered in one spot. I'm getting like.
color. You chose purple.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, to
My
be
background
fair,
no longer says NA. Do I crank up my beats? Just go for it.
like, I'm so much, like, this one character now, and I'm like,
He's admin.
I'm getting 11 out
whenever
of
I have
12.
like a different character of me,
I'm not doing well.
which will be like a dog or anything like it. I'm just meowing
Could always
still. I'm like,
Freaking lobby
okay,
reality.
I should not because it's not that avatar. I'm like, crap.
I'm at 360.
Not doing that bad.
I mean,
It's a 12 gig. I'm happy.
fair.
To be honest with,
You wouldn't crank it?
to be honest, like, I'm not outgoing, so basically I think small avatar fits me, and
Screw it, we're cranking it.
Oh god.
I'm just used to this one.
You're lost.
Same.
Everyone knows me by this
My
one,
render
so
distance, I'm showing
I mean,
everyone
I
at the
do
same
have
time.
multiple avatars that I usually like switch between, but for me it's also like the same thing. I'm so used to the Rentity and to the Kobuchi that whatever I do, I always keep coming back to those models.
Wow, it's rendering everyone.
So it's just
It's rendering
the model that
everybody
I'm
on the
using,
map, and I'm
I guess.
actually doing not that bad.
I'm only using 12.8 gigabytes.
yeah, like time flies by.
I am using
I just remember like whenever I just bought this avatar, just seeing like the
It's almost
few in-game photos, like, okay, this is cute.
I paid for the whole card. I'm
I
gonna
want
use the
that.
whole card.
I just bought it, and I'm just in this for like 3 years now.
Here I go, but my port
Yeah.
39.
Oh, you haven't been around for that long. I jumped in
Yeah, something like that.
By the way.
right after the
so I'm at
Uganda
1080
Knuckles
right now.
invasion happened, so like end of 2018 is when I started playing this
Oh
game.
my, okay, so I am newbie here.
I feel like I'm very old
I'm almost.
in relates to like most
CPU
people
bottle.
playing
If
VRChat.
I
You are a legend, you are a veteran now here.
like CPU 100%
Teach me sensei.
Even though like I keep hearing from people who started playing VRChat in, like after 2020, and I'm like, bruh, I thought like the big ingestion of like when people started playing VRChat was the Uganda Knuckles invention,
I feel that.
not the 2020s. What the flip is going on here?
Time flies by.
Yeah, time really flies by.
This avatar like 2 years, two months ago. Now
Yeah.
I have
3D chip really badly.
bruh,
I mean, apparently the Kobuchi, it wasn't.
for like
Apparently people weren't able to get the Kobuchi since like 2021, 2022, something like that.
There's a thing I have to do really quick.
And I remember the days when it was all either Lexi cheese or Kobuchis. There were no other Nanachi bases.
yeah.
I still remember those days, and I'm like, what? Oh jeez. Like people can't buy it anymore. That's why there's basically no Kobuchis you see anymore. It's honestly kind of sad because
Yeah.
I think the Kobuchi still looks very cute, and it's like one of the better Nanachi bases out there. Sure, the topology isn't really well made, but like just looking at it, in my opinion, it's like one of the better ones, looks-wise.
Fibs.
Oh,
Fibs.
well, even in like, you know,
Cut the fibs.
this avatar has like 3 years also, and I encountered maybe 7 people since then. I'm pretty sure I can quickly
We run and we never talk about
swear
this again?
through
I still remember when it came out. I don't remember when it was, but I still remember it coming out. Fuck, I'm old.
going up, Kulin, Reduxes. It was released in my birthday. It was in 31/07/2021.
I still remember that model coming out. And I feel like it was yesterday.
Since release, I saw 7 people wearing this avatar. Where are Meowlin's community? What the hell? I saw birdies like dragons, Hopkins, most of the Hopper's avatar, Wolfins, who are freaking, I don't know, half a year long. Have like 500 people around?
Yeah. In general, I feel like a lot of avatars that I still remember being very popular in VRChat just not be used by anyone anymore. It's like, what is going on?
Rexes, Novas, all of those new avatars just
Well,
away.
Rex is a very old avatar, and people just keep reusing it. And Nova Beast is kind of becoming like the new Rex. I still remember at some point people said the same.
I think Nova Beast is the new Nardo.
I was gonna say, I remember when people thought the Nardo is gonna become like the next Rex, but while there was a big explosion at one point, it did dip down after a little bit. So it.
One day I was watching stream VODs from Luma, and I was like, where are the Nardragons? And I remember they were probably not even out at the time.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't exist, basically. I don't remember where they actually, like, when they came out, but like...
I will need to check out...
They were out during Luma.
I probably still have a stream VOD somewhere on my drive from when I got my index in 2019. Playing VRChat.
Oh.
That's gonna be a blast from the past.
Yeah.
Oh, campfire? We are at the campfire.
This is
Okay.
campfire.
Yes.
It's a camp crystal, though.
True that.
There's no fire.
Could just make myself bigger so it works.
Beans.
I was wondering, like, which way I... Okay, Purple's setting up his camera back there. So I assume then...
It's gonna go.
I mean, Estonia has to be a shit.
You know, we can just be at the front.
Higher landmass than Netherlands, but 15 times less people.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that.
Picture time.
Picture time. So,
Time, yeah.
How do you see any avatars? Which direction I'm supposed to face? This?
Hello.
Just gonna sit. Get. Are you seriously just gonna sit on me? Bob. Stop it. Wow.
Is that my tail? It's yeah. I like this color though. There's so many Nova Beast tails inside. Set your floor height lower.
Oh my god, the green Avali is so shiny. Yeah. You're like so shiny.
I'm just gonna
and
turn off
glowing.
my earmuffs for a second.
Oh yeah, I'm still in full party mode from Virality. I should turn it down again.
Everyone like raise your hands. Everyone raise your hands. Go crazy. Go crazy.
Alright, I didn't disable my earmuffs, whatever.
I have earmuff on now.
I had them on this entire time because I was not able to hear that Nealon. Salt Eater is his name.
19 FPS, 18 FPS.
Yeah, I'm looking like at everyone else right now. That's definitely not gonna be helpful. Hello. Get booped stream. Oh jeez.
Stream. Okay. Wow.
I always stream these
Do
meetups.
you have VRChat set to high priority, by the way?
No, I don't. Because if I do, then everything else just kind of breaks. I tried it once, and it just was not a good experience.
Whoa. I don't know.
The Zuck.
It's working fine, I guess.
Yeah.
With
Bruh.
priority. I guess. But for some reason I need to have the face tracking window selected for it to like actually when I'm lagging a lot, if I don't have the face tracking window selected, the face tracking will lag.
The thing is, some critical part of a Varjo runtime, I believe it's a compositor, is not running with administrative rights. Meaning it doesn't have inherent priority over other tasks. So if I set any other task with high priority that is taking a lot of system resources, then my entire experience is gonna be like 5 FPS VR, even though the game is running at like 30. I have to manually set VRCFT down to normal priority for these meetups because otherwise it's not a pleasant experience. Hello, hello.
Hello. Very green.
Yes.
Big belly, big nuggets.
I was being booped. By the way, do you? Would you mind if I friend request you?
I will
Just open
be
them.
so happy.
I'm really green
have
here.
you.
Yeah, I love the shade.
There we go. Adorable.
Like, to be honest, I'm here like, it's my first time here, so...
Oh.
most likely I am like lurking through the server, and that's basically it, so yeah, it's my first day today. And
Welcome to the family!
nice to meet you guys.
I've been a regular to these meetups for like forever. Like I wasn't part of like the first few meetups, but the first meetup I was at, much smaller than this.
Like every meetup.
I don't remember. I haven't been in this like for that long, but I don't remember when it was the first one.
Barely.
I've been in the disco for a while, but not in the meetups that much.
I don't think you were in the Discord
Oh, your whiskers collide.
back when. When did you join the Discord? If I may ask.
Probably like
Whiskers collide.
end of 22, something like that, maybe.
Oh yeah, I've been in the Discord for longer than you.
I'm being indoctrinated to hear the both.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, the first meetup I was happened before you even joined the Discord. I was
VRChat.
for me the whole face tracking rabbit hole. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Like, I didn't even play VRChat until February of 2022. I didn't even have a VR headset until 2021 November.
I mean, fair. For me, VRChat also started with VR.
I got the headset for Assetto Corsa originally. I was like a simmer. I played sim games, and then I was a furry. And someone was like, "You should try VRChat," and then I just like went in here, and then I saw the Run-Ditch avatar at the Avatar Hub. That was like the default portal in the home world. Let's see if I have it saved. Yeah, I do. It's the VD avatar.
Oh, the VD.
It's the first avatar. Oh my god, it's so large. Let me take your eye height.
There you go. It's still an adorable map
It's the first
model.
avatar that I ever saved. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh my god.
You should go sleep.
It's the first avatar that I changed into that wasn't the default PS avatar.
Still an adorable avatar.
And I feel that I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, for me it all started a little differently. It's I was interested in VR for a long time before then, but the hardware was always too expensive for me to justify buying it. And maybe let's just move a little bit away. It suddenly got very loud. Can barely understand you guys. Can barely hear myself talking. There we go. Can barely hear myself talking there.
That's why there is like, you know, the earmuff mode.
I have it enabled, but I already have it at a very tight, like 1.5 meters, 2 meters, and it still suddenly got very loud.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, so I was interested in the hardware, but it was always too expensive for me to justify buying into it, even for just trying it out. And I was specifically interested for like games like Beat Saber, right? The workout potential for me was interesting, not for anything else actually. And then I saw my local electronics store having a Windows Mixed Reality headset on sale for like $200. I was like, you know, for trying it out,
Well,
might as well.
yeah.
And it all went downhill from there. I quickly noticed that the headset didn't have enough space for my glasses, but I still kept pushing on. So now my glasses have scratches in them because of that headset. I upgraded to a Vive just 2 months down the line, like to the original Vive, which was still on sale back then. Half a year later, the Index comes out. I was one of the early pre-orders who got it just a month after the initial shipments. And then my face tracking story really started with this headset, the Varjo Aero, when it launched. Which, at the time, Varjo eye tracking wasn't even implemented in VRCFT. VRCFT at that time was still a mod, and the Varjo integration didn't work with the mod, as far as I understood. So as soon as OS Schmooth came out, I immediately jumped to that because... or not OS Schmooth, but the OSC way of getting VRCFT running came available, I immediately switched to that because now I can use my eye tracking in my headset. I had the face tracker for like a year earlier. When it came out, I bought one and never used it.
Ooh, I see.
Yeah, the problem is at the time it was only usable in Neos, and that was always a social platform that I never really could get into it. So
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
My story is not really that interesting. Like,
You go
I
first.
just I was playing with like other games, like multiplayer. Not really shooting games, but I was more into like racing games, not really simulators. But okay. Then the pandemic started, and basically I felt kind of lonely and stuff. So I started VRC. It was kind of cool. Met like few good people, really good people. I had a really good fun with them. And one day I saw they just can't move their limbs and stuff. And like, okay, that's cool. What do you have? And that was era of the Rift S still. It was between Rift S and Quest 2. Yeah. And basically I was like, which I should buy because I don't really have the HDMI display port in the PC because at the time I had only laptop. And I thought, okay, first of all, what I need to have PC. But the PC, like 3 months later, I bought the Quest 2, then bought the cable, and I had it for like a year. And I saw like eye tracking teledit of Avatar which sing into the music. Loved that. And basically I said, okay, I need to have that now. So waited for like another 4 to 5 months and here I am. Basically something like that. This shit
yeah.
is expensive though.
VRChat, the most expensive free game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, VRChat is a free game, but it makes you want to buy more hardware, and that's why it gets so expensive.
Yeah.
But what about Star Citizen?
When I had the OG Vive, I saw people using FBD and stuff, and I saw a video by Mystical, and they did the OVO track hip tracker.
OVO tracking, yeah.
I wanted to, because I have like a bunch of like old Android phones. I wanted to do like 5 phones and SlimeVR, and I did it, and it worked. It was janky, but it did work, and it actually looked decent for what it was. And I used that actually for a while, and then my dad was on a work trip at the US, and they like he could like order stuff from Amazon and eBay and not have like the whole like shipping cost and customs and stuff. Like he was just buy the things there and then like bring them here when he comes back. So I was looking on eBay and I saw a Vive Pro non-eye full kit with wireless adapter, like with the 2.0 base stations and the controllers and the headset and stuff. And it was for $450, I believe it was, if I remember correctly, something like that. And I bought it, and my dad ordered it like where he was staying, and he got the headset there, and then he brought it here, and then I was like super excited using it with some wireless and cool and stuff. And I used that for a while. I still have it somewhere here, like in there. It's like the headset and the base stations are still here, and the controllers are on my legs. So I'm still using those things. But then, like about a year after that, I was just looking at the local like marketplace that we have in Finland. It's called Tori. It's like a basically like Facebook marketplace, but it's like local. Here.
Like Craigslist in the US, Kleinanzeigen in Germany.
Yeah, kind of like that. And I was just searching Vive and like seeing if people are selling Vive products, and there was someone selling a Vive Pro I full kit for 900. And I messaged the guy, hey yo, I have like I have a Vive full kit, and I'm just looking to upgrade the HMD. How much do you sell the HMD only? And he goes, 500. And I'm, it seems a bit much, like, you know, it's only the HMD and stuff, maybe 400. And then it's like, I'll do 450. And then I'm like, okay, 450. And I go pick up it the next day, and I got the Vive Pro I, and like, I was so excited about it. Like it was like still pretty cheap at the time. Like that time, the Vive Pro I prices were not that high yet. They were like on eBay maybe 700 to 800, not like 1,000 or anything. But the 450 price for that was really good because yeah, like the prices were higher than that usually. And what I think happened there is like the guy who was selling it kind of didn't know what it was. Because he didn't talk about eye tracking at all in like the listing or like when we were talking about headset. He didn't talk about the eye tracking at all. It was just like, I bought this new like some time ago.
These people do exist from time to time. In my case, when I bought a Vive Pro for wireless, I was considering getting the Vive Pro I. At the time, but that was one big reason why I decided against getting it. And that is that these lens inserts from VR Optician, they only fit in the normal Vive Pro. They never made one for the Vive Pro I. And so for me that's kind of a hello. Yeah, for me
Not having cover. Vital.
Huh?
Ja, Juttal.
Ni alla pratar svenska just nu, eller vad är det som händer? Jag är trött.
CC.
Nie mam pojęcia o czym mówisz, ale powiedzmy, że wyrozumiał o co chodzi.
What?
I also spoke in my language, so yeah.
Jag inte talar svenska. That I can say.
I know you know, whatever then.
I don't speak that language. There's only one word that I know in Swedish, and that's tack. And I guess svenska, but yeah.
In my language, it means yes. Tack in my language means yes. I'm Polish.
Yeah, well, of course. In Polish. Oh, right.
Did they ever make prescription lens inserts for the Gear VR? Was that a thing?
Not lens inserts. You mean a lens replacement, like replacing the actual lens. Lens inserts are inserts that you mount over the original lens for prescription
like
lenses.
for glasses users.
Yeah.
You can do that over the Gear VR lenses. There shouldn't be anything going against that. The problem is with the Vive Pro I, because of the emitters around the lens is a little bit wider, and so lens inserts made for the Vive Pro don't fit.
I see. Maybe you could like fit it under there, kind of. take the ring out and then put it down under there and then have it on there. Maybe that would work if it's not too thick.
I don't know. I think the ribbon is too short for that.
Maybe.
But yeah, you were saying something like, you're Polish, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Niemcy.
I'm from Poland.
Niemcy.
Once again?
You should get like a...
Niemcy. Oh my.
Germany.
You should have a toggle. You should have a toggle for the avatar that makes it like full chrome, and then you can say, I'm polished.
Alright. You little motherfucker. Okay, the thing is, white, red is basically my national flag here.
I didn't even realize that actually. I thought it was just a nice design.
Coincidence.
Oh.
To be honest, that is total coincidence. It was that design from the hopper, and there's total coincidence. And I was like, after using this avatar for like half a year, I was like, wait, oh my.
I like how in the Poland Ball comics, the flag is always drawn upside down, as like an inside joke. Yeah, like the...
Oh yeah, you mean Poland Ball?
Yeah, Poland Ball.
Like the comics?
Yep. Poland, get into space.
Upside down is basically flag of Monaco, so...
Yep. Not just Monaco, I believe Monaco and... Was it Singapore? There was like some other country which was basically also red, white.
Yes.
From top to bottom.
Yes, I cannot remember which one though. Yeah.
Otherwise, without the jacket on, you're just the Finland flag with the blue and white.
Kinda. Not really. I'm not the, crossed one, so...
You're not cross-shaped, but otherwise... Maybe if you lose tracking, maybe you will become a cross-shaped.
I will become a croissant.
You will become a croissant. Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, making a German flag is kinda difficult with or making an avatar colored in Germany colors is kinda difficult because what are you gonna do with black, yellow, and red? Like.
It's McDonald's colors.
No, bad joke.
I mean, technically, if you take this one, give me a second. Technically speaking, if you take this one and disable the hue shift, then it's rectangle colors. Black, white, red.
You know what? I just was looking for your test area, and I don't know why, but white with red immediately ringed a bell with Canada.
It's kind of shaped like that. The thing here is kind of shaped like that. Yeah, I can see that.
I guess.
Canada.
But the lip is upside down, but still it...
I guess?
You can unsee it if you're thinking about it. No.
The same is with the mouse symbol on your desktop. It's like slightly... It's not symmetrical.
Yep.
So
it's not symmetrical, and even if you draw like a line from the tip to the bottom of like the mouse cursor tail, you will notice that the cursor tail is actually crooked. Like if you actually drew a line from the tip to the bottom, then the tail would actually be of a slightly different angle, so it's like slightly crooked. The top part of the cursor is also kind of crooked. It's kind of like as if they, instead of having just a diagonal that they drew the cursor around, they made like whoop whoop. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's horrible.
We are watching. I think we are watching the same short videos.
Yeah, I feel like we have very similar interests in YouTube.
I remember it was like in like middle school or something, and like they had like PCs running Windows 7 and stuff, and then we had to like type something on like freaking Word in Windows 7, and then the mouse cursor, like when you're like normally here and then it's moving it around, it's like this. And then when you go to the left side, the cursor just flips to like the other way around. And then it's like so weird, and then it's like, what? They're used to having it only one way. That was so weird.
The reason they do it is to indicate that when you click there, it selects the whole line. But it's still a weird way to tell the user, right, that clicking here does a different action than everywhere else on the page. It's just... Why did they decide to do it as a flipped cursor? It's horrible UX. Like, from a UX standpoint, it's absolutely horrible, because it does not convey at all what it's doing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's super adorable when you yawn. How your ears kind of flop down. That's super adorable.
Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Oh my god.
You're both very adorable.
Indeed.
What do you mean? Okay, you are the first person who calls me adorable, not cute.
Adorable.
I like to use I like to use those two interchangeably. Those two words. Give me a second.
They are the same thing, basically.
Yeah, that's why I'm just joking most of the time. Like, I am not cute.
You both looked super adorable a moment ago when you were cuddling. That is going into the Discord. I don't know how many photos to take.
You need to take the photo, not to make a documentary.
You're too close. The camera just blurs you. Oh, I can focus right on your nose tip.
I can't do it that long.
Hello?
Gotta turn down the aperture.
I can't do it for that long.
Now I'm ready. And I didn't even use the full zoom. Let me do the funny.
Oh.
There you go, the funny.
I haven't noticed an issue when using like a high resolution headset. You don't have the issue with the lower resolution like headsets. The stock Vive Pro doesn't have the issue, but the screen modded one has the issue. If you have the mirror on and you don't have the unlimited resolution, it will look like shit with the default full resolution.
Because the default full resolution, they introduced the unlimited resolution to fix that. Because the default full resolution actually has a fixed resolution of, I believe, 2K. Like, it's a 2K render texture that they're using for that. And so unlimited actually adjusts it based on your headset's resolution, so it is always crystal clear.
Yeah. On the default Pro, you can't you cannot tell the difference between full and unlimited.
Yeah,
But
because it's
with
like a
the
2K render
screen modded
texture.
one, it's night and day. Yeah, with the like, it's the same resolution. Like, it's
Okay,
the
that I
same,
don't understand
It's the
then.
same part number. It's the same resolution. The only difference is the screen door effect coating layer.
That
And
I
it's a
don't.
night and day difference. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, I don't understand then. I
I
just
don't know if you have tried one of these, like with the screen mod.
no. I'm not
Have
brave
you?
enough to open up
Then
my
you don't know.
any of my headsets.
It's not hard to do. I have opened this up like 5
Like-
times. It's fine.
Here's the thing. If you try to find
Where is the
any
fun of opening though?
yeah,
Eh?
I'm a very clumsy person.
How
I
it
have a
looks or how it's initiated?
I have a tendency to break things just by touching them. So I'd rather not open it up. But the thing is, if you look online for like SteamVR internals or whatever, there's no one who has publicly documented a disassembly of a SteamVR 1.
I just don't.
I'm super tempted to do it,
Yeah, because
but I don't want to break it.
Oh, we're doing pictures.
Yeah.
I was like,
It's a
okay, I'm
freaking
joining.
unicorn. Like this, it's like, what would I compare it to? Like, it's like a Skyline N1.
They pop
Or
up
like
occasionally.
A V-Spec 2 or 34.
They pop up occasionally. It's
Yeah.
just, yeah.
It's like, it's as rare to find a Star VR than it's to find a V-Spec 2 R34 GTR with a Midnight Purple colorway from the factory. It's like as rare. It's the same rarity.
Yeah.
basically.
Another
My
problem.
ears have been put in the weird angles.
Another reason why I don't want to open mine is because they have like a little seal on one of the screws. And I bought this thing as a collector's
and then
item.
you can
I don't
say
want to
it's-
break. I don't want to
Yeah,
basically.
you can say it's OG.
Yeah. I mean, it originally had still all
Yeah.
of the peels on them, but the peels were already starting to peel off on their own, so
Yeah, but-
I was fine pulling
Yeah.
those
Right,
off.
Ash,
But that's
but
cool
why
though.
opening it?
Okay. So you can document it.
Yeah. So you can document it, like
Yeah,
how
but,
it's
like-
built up. The thing is, nobody knows
Yeah,
what panels are in that thing.
Person.
It uses some funky resolution, and nobody knows
Yeah.
who the panel manufacturer was,
But
who
then you could
supplied
know.
it. Then you could know
Yeah,
exactly.
then you would know if you opened it. And then you could order some new high resolution one and mod it in, and then like, nah, no, that's gonna happen.
At least,
This has got like 21k like on it, so it's decent.
Mhm.
it would at least be good regarding preservation, right? Because a lot of the a lot of stuff these days that is made these days is being documented, so that people who are looking
Yeah.
into that stuff in the future can figure out as much as possible about the hardware. And the sooner to a product release you document that stuff, the easier it is to document.
Oh fuck, that's hot.
Yeah.
Holy
Except
What?
Apple.
Yeah, my cable to my charger, I charged my headset, well, the leg, and I unplugged it. The cable was so hot.
Oh gee, that doesn't sound good. Like there's only
Nice, cheap one, I guess.
I've only ever had one cable which got really hot during usage, and that was the cable for
It's
Vive
the
Pro
metal
2.
one, not the cables. Like just the
No,
metal.
with the Vive Pro 2, they use an active cable,
What?
and the electronics in the headset end of the cable during usage get super hot. Like so hot that it almost feels like you're burning your fingers by touching the plastic. That is like, you know, where you plug in the cable, there's like a piece of plastic and air in between, so there's like a solid gap. The plastic on top of that gets super hot, and it's just from the cable. There's nothing else in between, it's just the heat
Damn.
from the cable. Yeah. I'm surprised Vive Pro 2 cables aren't burning themselves out during usage. It's that hot, how hot they get.
Yeah.
With the Vive Pro screen swap, like everything else, like with the screen and lens swap, everything else is documented except for the Mura correction. I would really want to do the Mura correction myself. I know how to get the Mura file out of the headset, and I would know how to make a custom one. Like, I would be able to do it if I just wanted to do one. But no one has ever uploaded a Mura file in the Vive headset.
Yeah,
There's
because
no documentation, like zero, nowhere.
because the Mura correction is per device. I know this from the SteamVR because with the SteamVR they actually give you the tools to export and import Mura correction files in the software officially.
That's cool.
And the software actually doesn't work correctly until you import the Mura correction file from the headset. It's like a big button, download calibration files, and when you click that, basically what it does is it reads out the Mura correction file from the headset and then uses it in the software. Because rather than applying it in the on the headset, they apply it in the software, right? In the on the driver level. So yeah.
Like,
and basically, it's just a bunch of PNG
why
files.
did I do
on the SteamVR.
The same thing with the Vive. It's for the Vive. It's two PNG files. It's literally two PNG files. It's a picture of the headset displaying 50% gray for each eye, and then colors invented. And that's it.
With the SteamVR, it's a little bit.
It's just that.
With the SteamVR, it's a little bit more funny. They use 3 files per eye, and then each of those files have different data on each of the 4 color channels: red, green, blue, and alpha. I have no idea what exactly all of the data in VAR is doing, but I do know. But what I do know is that each calibration file ends on R, G, or B. So my assumption is that the alpha channel is like for some other calibration data, and then for each channel it's basically like how much that channel, that pixel needs to be shifted in for that color, right? Or something like that. I have no idea.
On the Vive, it's just grayscale. Like the 2 images are just grayscale. Like that's it.
Yeah. But the thing is, the Mura correction is individual for each headset. So, you can't just download someone else's Mura file and use it on your headset. It's just gonna be even worse. And the same thing is if you do a panel swap. Obviously, you wanna somehow extract the Mura correction file for the other panel and then integrate it into your new headset.
But the thing is that, first of all, the freaking Samsung headset, they just don't use Mura correction at all. They just don't have any. And then there's no way for me to upload a custom one, even if I was able to make a custom PNG for the panels. I don't know how to upload them. Like, I was tempted to try to upload with the Lighthouse console, like upload config, and then it's a .mc file. It's not a PNG. It's the same exact thing as a PNG, but it just has a .mc instead of PNG. And I was tempted to try with the Lighthouse console, like upload config the file name .mc, but I don't want to break anything.
What is up with these calibration files for like headsets being in a funky format? Because with the SteamVR, they aren't PNG files. They are no, they're not .mc. They're .pcd files.
Damn.
But it's the same. But it's the same idea. It's
I guess the .mc.
It's just lossless compressed picture files.
Maybe.
That's a cute Abby.
The .mc is, I think, what it is it means like Mura correction, literally MC.
Again,
is what it is.
I've seen you again, like the third time, even. Dude, I'm seeing you around a lot.
Even, wait, have I run into you?
Like, I'm not friends with you. Like, how do I see you still around? well, this and even the fertility, like everywhere. Interesting.
Well, I can answer both those questions. One, I do love to go to these face tracking meetups because I get to stare at people. Secondly, I got no sleep during virality.
What?
Oh.
No, that's PCL.
Yeah.
I stand by what I said.
PCL.
Okay, I
most cursed. The file format that I hate the most for forever to come is
Okay, so
.p3d.
So I was just looking up what the heck is a .pcd file, and one thing that I found here is an article from modelo.io, understanding PCD file format. What is a PCD file? The PCD file format, short for point cloud data, is used to store 3D point cloud data in a structured manner. Yeah, I don't think this is it.
Post-con depression.
What?
What was short for post-con depression?
Yeah, it's probably that. Because the SteamVR optimization files, like they call it optimization files, but realistically it's a mirror correction file, is in a .pcd format.
What, like, wait for VRChat avatars, or?
No, for the headset, the SteamVR. The SteamVR 1 headset.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Everything is dying now, and the tracker is gonna die literally like in 10-20 minutes. Less than everything, because I haven't charged them. Everything, it's basically the same percentage. So when this die, I will leave and charge up. I mean, it's only like almost half to 1:24 a.m.
Yeah,
just make sure you everything that you're not using on charge, please.
Same. Same.
Yes,
Like me,
CET
where
time zone. Woo!
I did not charge any of my controllers during Friday, so I was constantly juggling between one dead controller and then the other. I did not put them on charge when I wasn't using them.
I have a charging stand for my controllers, so they are always fully charged, but I don't have one for my trackers, and I haven't charged my trackers. They're all, well, one says 9%, the other says 13%, and then the third one says 16%. But the thing is, they're Tundra trackers, so the battery readout is just all over the place.
Wait, so you can charge them?
Come with this wire.
Yeah, can you charge them to, like, directly to your controller? Why?
There's a wire that comes with your Quest Pro that unless you charge one cable directly. It's so annoying because even if it's charging, you can't use it, even if it's on the wire.
Yeah, right. They sort of soft turn off when they're connected to a charger. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's a little bummer. I mean, maybe if I remove one of the pins, maybe one of the pins is doing it.
Why are you doing that?
From what I understand, it's just power and ground pins, like the 3 pins that are in there.
That go into it.
Yeah, but one of them is one of them.
Pick up 4.
But yeah, they just have ground and voltage pins in there. There are 2 hidden pins underneath like a plastic sticker that is inside the port, and those 2 pins are the data pins. Basically, what they did is they took a micro USB port, which is also 5 pins.
Who's that?
And basically just wired them out to a magnetic pogo pin setup.
Who is that? They're hiding over on a log over there. They had the photographer.
Yeah, they're our instance photographer. Or our meetup photographer.
Yeah.
Just be careful whenever their camera is around.
With the freaking.
Just be careful whenever their camera is around.
The screen mods and stuff.
Just be careful when.
Latency and speak at the same time. Oh no.
Yeah. Just be careful whenever their camera is around. They love to take pictures of beans for some reason. This was not an invitation.
Catch you when you least expect it. Just either do something funny on the camera or just keep talking.
Exactly.
That's what they want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just act natural, you know. That makes the pictures more interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah. Only act natural. Yeah.
But yeah, the Pro Eye with the freaking screen and lens mode, like it's almost perfect. If I could just fix the mirror, it would be perfect.
Hey, yo, behind you, no! It's ruining it.
This is the short people meetup.
Like this. Oh yeah.
No, that's a tall.
Oh yeah, that's a tall Nova.
Walking giant advertisement for Mountain Dew.
That's a big diggle.
Yes.
Belly button. Oh wow. Oh my god, it has a fist bone on your belly button. That's so
Yeah, it does.
Oh my god.
It's so weird.
Why does everyone mention the belly fizz bone?
Why not?
If you don't have, if you wouldn't have it, then nobody would mention it.
Yeah, but it comes with the
One
Abbey.
thing that VRChat should add to the fist bone things.
You know, removing a fist bone is as simple as one single toggle.
Yeah. They should have. Like, the collider for like on the fishbone, where the fishbone has its own collider. They should have an ability to change the shape of the fishbone or collider, kind of.
Too much belly button attention.
Whoa. Sorry, what were you saying, Kai? Before I was nozzled.
You were being licked.
VRChat should add a option to change the collider on the fishbone itself. Like currently you can change the size and you can make the curve so it like the size of it changes, but it's always the cylinder kind of shape. So I would like to see like a cube shape and a plane shape for the actual fishbone. It would make like colliding things easier.
It would probably make it more complex calculating the collisions. It's probably easier with like cylinders.
It would be easier to do things.
Like
for the Ahsoka avatar, it would be beneficial to have planes.
in the case of the ears on my avatar, for example, it would be much more sensible to have like the cross section being an oval, so that it's still like pill shaped, but that it is wider in one dimension than in the other, because these aren't
seriously asking for anything the VRChat performance conscious?
Sorry. Well, now when we talk
I mean,
about
they did introduce fizz bones, which are a lot more optimized than dynamic bones. So
yeah, that's a good thing at least.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah.
they are at least trying.
They add DLSS and FSR that made the VRChat.
The reason why they couldn't do it is because of the render pipeline that they are using. It's the same reason why you, as a world creator, you can't use screen space reflections. Like the render pipeline they use in Unity is kind of a legacy pipeline that doesn't have the breakpoints for shaders and whatnot that are required for DLSS and FSR to work correctly.
But if I just replace my OpenVR API.dll, I can just have DLSS in the game.
That actually violates the implementation ways, the implementation directions from both AMD and NVIDIA. You're not putting it after the fact actually breaks some of the effects from FSR. And DLSS you can't even implement that way. In both cases, you're supposed to implement them after between between the shader render and the post-processing. Like the post-processing actually actively worsens the effect from those upscalers.
I see. Okay, but it works. If I launch without
just because it works doesn't mean that it's good. That's the thing.
Maybe.
Oh, who's leaving? Oh, you.
Yeah.
All right. Bye bye. Sleep well.
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
Have a good evening.
Sleep well.
Wow.
Good night. Then maybe see you around, I guess.
Well, maybe they could introduce like a open XR mode, because currently VRChat only uses OpenVR. So if it could use OpenXR, you could use like things like OpenXR Toolkit with it. That's a thing that people use with MS Flight Simulator. for
I'm
example.
not
You can have,
sure
like,
if
foveated rendering and stuff.
I'm not sure if that would work. For one, the foveated rendering in OpenXR Toolkit is heavily dependent on a per game basis. Like, there are only a handful of games where it actually works at all. Like the foveated rendering, that's not even dynamic foveated. I'm talking about fixed foveated rendering. And then the eye track foveated rendering, I believe they have like a specific whitelist in it, because even if fixed foveated rendering works, the eye tracking actually might break the effect. So they have like a whitelist for that in there. And then I'm not even sure if OpenXR Toolkit would actually work with EAC. It might be that EAC detects like something trying to interject into the render pipeline and just you can't do that.
If the game was OpenXR, like if it just had an option natively for OpenXR, it would just work even with EAC. But currently, because it's OpenVR only and not OpenXR, you would have to use OpenComposite to translate the API calls, which is not optimal, first of all, and EAC, you can't do it. So
there's also
if it had it native, then yeah, it would work.
There's also more reasons that speak for OpenXR. If you have a headset that has its own compositor that does have OpenXR support, then it's more performant to use that OpenXR endpoint. Like in the case of the it's the case with Oculus, it's the case with Windows Mixed Reality, and it's the case with Varjo, where you actually get more performance out of running that compositor's native OpenXR implementation rather than SteamVR's. But the problem is why I wouldn't use OpenXR for room scale games on at least Varjo hardware is because you don't get the room boundary. That is a SteamVR feature on Varjo.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
That's right, yeah.
It's really stupid, but yeah.
I guess for the Vive and the Index, using the OpenXR, you still use SteamVR because it doesn't have anything else.
It won't give you a performance benefit because in both cases they use SteamVR natively, so you don't have another compositor after SteamVR. But in the case of Varjo and Windows Mixed Reality, you do have, you know, OpenXR into SteamVR into the headset's native compositor, which takes more performance than game through OpenXR directly to the headset compositor. So
yeah, OpenXR would be a nice like add-on for VRChat.
Yeah, but
not
for
the XR toolkit, but like
dude, I'm sleeping almost here, dude. I'm sitting here like talking to, listening to you, and I'm just like, oh my back, my head like ding, like.
You feel like you're like a computer science lesson.
Yeah, like I'm trying to listen, like, like back and forth, like.
Well, if it's so boring, we aren't the only persons in this instance.
Well, I don't want to be in there. There is a lot of people right there, and just, you know.
Ooh.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well. It works with us.
Yeah, right. The tracker's gonna die soon here. So if I
and I mean, it's never. It's never too late to have an OpenXR implementation, like a native OpenXR implementation. For example, Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. They're both running on the same on the same proprietary engine from SCS Software, and they have like one guy in the entire team working on the VR build of that game. What the heck is that music?
Same with
And
Assetto, actually.
for
the original Assetto.
for the longest time
Yeah,
ever,
that's
the game was only supporting Oculus VR native. It's like one of the last games that is still maintained with Oculus VR native implementation and SteamVR. And then now recently they released version 1.5 of both games. And they not only overhauled the UI massively, they also did some massive changes in the engine to give some major performance improvements. And for VR users, the biggest improvement is that they reworked the entire VR implementation so that now no longer the loading screens absolutely break, and it has native OpenXR support now as well. So, and it can now desktop mirror simultaneously while rendering to the headset. Previously, it was implemented in a way that you could only display on the desktop or in the headset, but not both at the same time. They finally fixed that issue.
I see.
So they made like massive improvements in SteamVR, and they only have one guy working on the VR build, and he has to maintain not just, you know, making sure that the game is playable in VR, he has to maintain the entire VR code path from an entire engine.
Oh, good night.
Oh, you're sleeping?
I'm gonna go.
You're gonna go? Okay, bye-bye, sleep well. Good night. Your ears aren't grabbable, SMH.
They grab. They just optimize that you cannot grab both.
Okay. SMH.
I mean, on main avatar I optimize stuff. On not safe for work version I do unoptimized stuff so you can grab both ears.
But it's not safe for work. Why do you even have that?
That one is safe for work.
Yeah, but why do you have a not safe for work version? I thought this was a worker avatar.
At work, of course.
To use it for fancies, you know.
SMH.
For serious enterprise resource planning. It's a business, you know.
SMH. SMH my head. Just be.
SMH your head. Okay, have a good night.
Good night, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Eepy beans.
Why can't more people be
Too
wholesome?
much not safe for work during sleeping.
Dude, I'm gonna sleep. If I lay down here like less than 10 minutes, dude, I'm gonna, you know.
You know, if you're about, I was just gonna say, like, if you're about to fall asleep anyways, then it might actually make sense to, you know, leave here and probably sleep. Like, genuine advice.
Sleeping with it, but I mean, I have been sleeping. Well, let's say yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I did sleep. I accidentally sleep with the headset on and just, you know. And I woke up and look around. What the fuck I am? And I feel like the headset was on my head. Like, oh, yeah, right.
There's not a.
Accidentally leave my mic on. Yeah, I accidentally leave my mic on, so everybody heard.
There's not enough. There's not enough research into that topic yet, but based on other research regarding sleep cycles and general like sleep,
yeah, whatever.
I could very well imagine VR actually inhibiting you from going into proper sleep. So while you do sleep,
What do you mean? It's
it
good
isn't.
as hell.
No.
If you have the brightness,
You don't go into deep sleep, and you should at least have a certain amount of hours in deep sleep per day. It's just
at least
good. It's good for your body. It's good for your mental health. In general, just if you don't want to do it, it's your life. It's your body. Just saying.
I mean, also, like the headset could be uncomfortable as fuck if you're not sleeping in the right way.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Mine is kind of
Against your face or the back of your head, and just like paint
If you go to your OBR advanced thing and then you put the brightness to the minimum, and you have like the, I don't know what the thing is called, but there's like a thing on Steam that you can have a night mode, or actually Does
You have
SteamVR have a native night mode?
It does have native
has-
night mode,
it
but
has
only.
SteamVR,
It only has native night mode on the original Vive and the Vive Pro. It doesn't have it on the Vive Pro 2.
For me,
and
it
it
works.
doesn't. It has on the Index as well. But if you have like a custom, if you have like a third-party headset, like say for example a
Who's
Varjo,
calling me right now?
it doesn't
What the
have it.
fuck?
Mine has night mode.
Call them a cheese
Mine has
sucker.
night mode. I'm running it right now.
What?
Oh, somebody's calling them.
No, you were
Using
saying.
probably.
Huh?
I'm
Oh,
not
I was
using
telling
night
them
mode.
to call the person who calls them a cheese sucker.
Oh.
Men hur fan ringer du mig klockan nästan 2? Vad fan är det här?
And he forgot to mute his mic.
No.
Ja, det är tidig kväll. Eller menar du tidig morgon? Fan.
Oh, I just noticed you have like a
Nej, ja, jag sitter...
a speech-to-text thing
Excuse.
going on. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
No. But the Assetto Corsa thing, like,
Also, Meetup.
the game obviously it was made in 2014. Nobody like from Kunos actually works on the game anymore. It's completely abandoned. But there's one modder that works basically as like the main developer of the game now, like who made content manager and custom shaders paths and stuff like that. There's like multiple modders making it, but the one who made custom shaders paths actually implemented OpenXR support for the game by themselves.
I mean, ETS2, ATS came out in 2016, but it was built on the same engine as ETS2, and ETS2 came out in 2012. And I bought the game back in the day on DVD, because that was the only way you could buy the game at the time. Fuck, I'm old! Like, that game is like 12 years old now. And I'm still playing it, like, updated to modern graphics,
like
VR, and everything. It's just... Jesus.
Yeah, that sounds
AC
about
is
right.
10 years old too. Supposedly they're gonna release a sequel to Assetto Corsa this year. I don't know if they're actually gonna do it this year, but they are working on one. That much is confirmed.
SCS Software
I
is...
tried playing Assetto Corsa.
SCS Software is too busy maintaining ETS2 and ATS than they could ever start working on another game. They did massively expand their team in recent years, but it's not to work on a new game, it's to speed up development of like map extensions. Like, I believe in for ETS2 they currently have 3 teams. One team is working on the Nordic expansion. Another team, I believe, is working on a mystery map expansion, like one that they haven't announced. No, one is working on Greece, right. So one is working on Greece, one is working on on the Nordic map extension. One team is working on reworking Central Europe, because parts of it are still in the original mapping style back from 2012, which is just absolutely horrible. It's like a culture shock going from, you know, a rebuilt part of Germany or like, I don't know, Italy or the Balkans, and then you go into, say, for example, Poland, and it's just crunchy textures, blocky roads, cities that are basically just copy-paste. It's like a culture shock. So they have 3 teams dedicated just working on the European map. Then they have more teams for the American map extensions, and they have one team that is dedicated working on engine improvements, stuff like the new UI that we got in the last update.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the transition of Trackmania 2020 to, what is it, Nations Forever? Or is it the other way around? It's the other way around.
Wow.
Sorry if it was like a spam
message
in my chat.
Yeah,
Message in the chat.
No,
Maybe
there
I
was like
should
some
put a
guy
message
who
in the
was
chat.
like, cheap viewers, and then some link. Yeah, that's a ban.
Okay. That's always really interesting.
I just noticed those aren't the normal user hands, right?
No, I added these on afterwards. These are
Nice.
bappers.
So it's a Bappa user.
Yes. Yes.
I have a
The
use.
original hands look. They look horrifically broken on. Yeah, they look horrifically broken on index controllers. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do the hardest thing I can possibly do as a beginner in Unity and splice new fucking hands onto my avatar.
You didn't do that in Unity, right? You did that in Blender.
No, I actually did splicing in Blender. I set it up in Unity.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
I was just like...
Isn't it too hard?
Yeah, it's not too hard. I guess the blending of a weight painting can be...
That one was tricky.
Yeah, I imagine.
These hands are from the Nardo, but they are a little bit modified. Even the beans and the nails are a little bit modified. Like, I really liked the hands of the Nardo. I used the Nardo for a long time, and I really liked the hands of it. And when I was making this one, I was like, do I want to like make new hands? Or maybe because I just like the Nardo hands, why reinvent the wheel? I just take the Nardo hands and like make them fit a little bit more like what I like, even more what I like.
I really like these hands.
That's what I did. The fingers are a little shorter. The fingers are a little shorter and they're like chubbier, and then the nails are different and the beans are a little different.
If I were to ever make a Bappa version of a model, I would probably use these hands. I just like them.
Yeah.
They're not particularly
Also, I
well
already
made.
like Bappa
They're
shape.
literally just cylinders stuck in like blob. But you know,
right.
I like how they look.
Yeah. I've noticed that's one thing that a lot of avatars, like, there's not a whole lot of avatars that I really like the hands of. The Nardo's alright, the Nova's alright, and the Yin and the Rex.
It seems like making hands is like the most difficult part of making a model base.
It's like art in general, the hands are just fucked.
True, true.
Yeah.
I suck at modeling anyways, so I just take whatever avatar base I can get and just use it.
It's still in your hands.
What?
Where's Guy?
Get good at modeling, it takes.
Yeah.
Nah, that's too difficult.
Yeah, the only thing, like the most complex thing that I can do in Blender is a head swap, but that requires for the weight paint between the two heads to be kind of identical. So like what I did for this model, for example, where the Rantichi V2 and Kopuchi head, they're almost identical in terms of the looks to them, and you can also just slap a Kopuchi head texture onto Rantichi and it just works, as long as you like align the UV islands. And so that's what I did on here.
Right.
And then I modified the Rantichi head to look like a Kopuchi head even more closer. Reason being,
right,
as MIDI did the face tracking blend shapes on the Rantichi V2, I wanted it on a Kopuchi, and there we go.
Yeah, fair enough. God, the UV mapping.
I really want to have like my colored that thing. I really want to have one of those.
If you can show me that you have the files for Kopuchi.
I don't. I only have around it chain.
That's really my only requirement
But what
for
if,
people asking.
What if we do like? What if you just take the mesh out of the armature, and you only send me the mesh, and I make the texture, and I send you the texture, and you put it there, and you upload it on your account, and it's public.
Oh. I mean, Kopu did actually say in his TOS that, or in her TOS, I guess, that you can share the Kopuchi files with someone for the means of a commission. So, for example, I bought the Kopuchi, but I want to commission you to make an avatar for me on the Kopuchi, but you don't own the Kopuchi. Then the TOS would actually allow me to give you the files so that you can make the commission and send me the avatar back. But obviously it would be required that you have to delete the files afterwards.
I would only need the mesh without even the armature, so I wouldn't be able to use it anyway. Like, or I guess I could re-rig it, but why would I?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that, but that you know, you just send me the mesh, I make the texture in Substance, I send the texture, and then you do your thing, and then it's there. I guess would be the way to do it if you.
Okay, good. I'm sorry, but right now I'm gonna talk to my friend and well. So can I see you later or somewhere? And also, well, maybe it's kind of late. Also, it's almost 2 a.m.
I'm about to pop off anyways. It's like 2 a.m. almost anyways.
Alright then. Yeah. See you, my friend. Finish. Yeah.
Finish.
See you later.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like,
yeah, he's finished.
On Discord to my friend.
I'm finished.
Alright. Funny. Finished. Alright then. Yeah, good night, y'all. So
yeah,
maybe
good
see
night.
you around.
Bye bye. See you around.
Yeah, good night. Yeah.
Move it. That was a soundboard.
Bye.
Oh, not a soundboard.
I'm lagging so bad. Alright, good night.
Good night.
Wait, did my microphone fuck up?
Hello.
Oh, what? No, you're fine.
I can't do it.
Oh, okay, good.
Bye.
This hour.
Went like high pitch for a moment, and I don't know if it was like a soundboard or if it was a voice.
No, that's voice acting.
Oh, that's voice acting. Oh, damn.
Yes.
You have quite a wide vocal. You have quite a wide vocal range.
There's actually a story behind that.
Oh.
Yeah, so when I was a lot younger, I used to have a way higher vocal pitch. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way that it sounded, so over time I trained my voice to be lower and lower and lower, so naturally I talk like this now. But I kept the vocal range.
Oh.
Yes.
That's cool.
That's interesting.
That's really nice.
But yeah. And ironically enough, I think that's what people do for voice training, going from male to female.
They do it in the reverse.
Or no, the reverse, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
the same style of
The same
voice
principle.
training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I guess from female to male, it would just testosterone would just make your voice change by default, but you can still do the same thing.
Not quite, I think. It does change a little bit your natural tone of voice, from what I understand,
Yeah.
but it doesn't change
No,
the...
it actually change. No. It actually changes your vocal cords to like actually. It does the same thing as puberty does to AMAP people. It actually
Interesting.
does, but it takes a little longer. It takes a little longer than well, like when it naturally happens, like when you're like 15 or 16 or something.
Right. But yeah.
People are thinning out. You can tell that the meetup is almost going on for like 2 hours now.
Yeah, we're just mini Ferrari thing here.
Pretty much. Imagine just like 200 people join. Alright, let's do this again!
Let's do it. Then put like a new DJ set. Like I had the DJ set on there in the beginning, but this ended like a long time ago. But
How many people are in this group? Yeah, all 2,000 people inside of the VRC face tracking group.
in one
I'm
instance.
pretty sure VRChat would just die.
I mean,
all of VRChat would just die. The API would shit out, and then.
Probably.
I mean, there was one
Most
time,
likely.
there was one meetup where we attempted to have a long meetup where we started for like a European convenient time, and the intention was to keep the meetup going for basically up until the point where the normal US time meetups or compatible time meetups end. So like around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. CET. The problem was that after like 2 hours or so, like 1.5 or 2 hours, there were barely any people anymore. Like Purple did another ping, and some people did show up, but it never got back to the point where we decided we decided not to do a second group photo, even though it was originally planned.
Right.
I guess people just check the starting time and then just don't look beyond that, and then like, okay,
Yeah.
I can't join because of this starting time, and then they don't look how long it lasts.
Yeah.
Plus people
It
get tired.
I don't know if I don't remember if you actually were there. It was the one meetup in that house that we did, where Purple did kind of acted up as like a DJ.
No, I wasn't there. No.
Okay.
Why are there so many reptilians
I was in the
piled into the corner?
I was in the boat one. Where
That's
it
what
was,
Rexes do.
I think it was Purple's. I think it was Purple's birthday on the boat.
Yeah.
On that one I was. Yeah.
There's just
All
like
the
9 or
Rexes.
10. Yeah.
Rexes just naturally attract each other. That's how it works.
They're like Jeep owners.
You're like a lot of car enthusiasts who are like, yeah, this type of car is definitely the best. And they all kind of cuddle up
I
to
feel
one
that
another.
exact same way about my Impala.
My Corvette, best Corvette.
I know, I drive...
Me driving a 2001 Subaru WRX with the third gear completely blown out.
The car I drive, it isn't. We have like a small and dedicated fan community, but barely anyone in our fan community is still driving the car that is actually the namesake of the community. So there's this forum there's this German forum called CC-Freunde, which was originally founded as a Peugeot convertible, hardtop convertible fan forum. Yeah.
Right.
And
Oh, yeah, you have that
at
project,
some point they started doing these on like one public holiday, which extends into a long weekend. They did these tours every year, and at the last one, there were barely any Peugeot hardtop convertibles there. It was mostly just Mercedes and VWs. So.
That sounds about right. And whenever you say Peugeot, the only thing that I can think of is Jeremy Clarkson's voice in my head just saying, Peugeot.
I see.
No, but
Makes sense.
I believe actually a hardtop. I believe actually
convertibles,
Peugeot convertible was once
it's
featured
said
on.
to start raining in the night. And my car is outside with the roof open, so I should be going to put it inside before it starts raining in the
Yeah, probably a good idea.
night morning things. So yeah, I'm gonna put it inside here, right where you're standing actually, and then I'm gonna go EBs. Bye-bye.
All right, bye bye. Good night, sleep well. But no, I believe a hardtop convertible from Peugeot was actually featured on Top Gear one time. It was like when they had like the Peugeot thing. There's like clips of it on YouTube. I believe they used the 307cc there. But the thing is,
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if.
The reason Mercedes are so many amongst us is because Mercedes was the last company to still make hardtop convertibles.
I'm not that scary looking.
Even they stopped now, but they were like the last ones to make like the ones where the hardtop actually folds up into the back.
Oh, you're right.
How are you doing?
So
I was
that's-
thinking about
Sunday there yet?
Chevrolet because they have Camaros, but those are
it's been Sunday for 9
soft
hours.
top.
It's good.
Even now.
How was your Sunday for
Yeah.
9 hours? With it being the
No,
sun.
no, specifically hardtops.
Yeah, it's 9:40.
Right.
It's
We used to have, or my
9:32
parents used to have a hard
AM,
top. I think
so-
it was a hard top Camaro, one of the no, hard top Corvette. Oh my God,
at 3
convertible,
degrees.
one of the older ones. It was like a, I want to say 2003 or something like that. The only reason I don't want a convertible is because you take it through a car wash, that shit leaks everywhere.
I have your cheese. I have
Yeah,
enjoyed
I mean,
both the
the
high
one that
temperature
I'm driving, it's a
and the low
Peugeot
temperature.
207cc
I very
hardtop
much
convertible, where
appreciate
like with a roof that
the
folds
Irish
into the
climate,
into the boot,
where it is neither
and
too hot
right.
nor too cold.
I thankfully
Yeah,
don't
you want
have
perfect
many sealant
temperature.
problems. At least my roof is completely
Yes,
fine.
Yes.
My problem is
I
the
quite
problem.
like it.
The
I
problems that I
appreciate the,
have
10
is
to 20 degrees
um,
year-round.
the door the door windows, like the doors they're frameless, so it's just the window sticking out when you have the door open, and the seal in the roof where the glass from the window meets up, that's where it leaks for me. It's barely any. I can take it through car wash, no problem. It's a little bit of water dripping through,
We've had a low of -2 and
but
a high of 42.
it's still
That's
dripping
kind of like
through.
a
So
temperature range.
Yeah, it's the
I
same thing.
almost
I mean,
got my
42 is a little
hands.
warm, but it
It
would
deconstructed, but I almost got
in
my
summer.
hands on a BMW E30.
I don't miss that.
It was a
I've
soft
lived
top
in that
convertible,
kind of stuff.
but
I've survived it.
I'm so mad.
you
I was
just-
ready to
you
buy
hide
it.
out.
I had
You
money in my
hide out
hand to
indoors
pay for the
or downstairs in the
E30,
basement. You
and then the
hide.
person
You
just went
hide
no
from the
contact,
weather.
like at
Oh.
all, no updates or anything,
when it
right
was
before.
happening, we were going
And
through
I'm so
a
fucking
heat wave.
sad because it's an
Everyone was
E30.
there,
It was already
we
disassembled because I already
power.
wanted to do car modification and
We
shit like
lost
that, right? Put a
the
new
whole
engine, put new
street,
transmission,
lost
you know,
power.
rebuild the interior.
For 2 days.
Was perfect.
The 2 hottest days on record for like the past
That
3 years.
sucks.
We had no power.
Yeah, no, and I'm sad because they
sucks.
didn't want it
It's
anymore.
rough.
I was like,
It is
I'll
rough.
take it. I'll
Miserable.
give you money.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's wretched.
that's the
It's
worst
wretched.
kind of
Do
seller.
they-
Not
do
the
they
ones that
build
you know.
houses?
Oh, sorry, I sold it to somebody else, but
Have
that just
airflow.
completely ghosts you.
So that you could open up the windows and get
Yeah,
a cross
no.
breeze when the air
And
conditioning.
then by the time I could have actually like got in contact with them again, a bunch of other shit happened. So I'm
What
just
I
like,
did to stay alive was
Yeah.
I have a
keep
Buick,
everything closed.
the old broken
once it got
Buick
to,
with an
like,
exploded
30-something
transmission.
degrees,
But like,
You
and
need to
then
keep the sun
open it
out.
once
if I
it's
do
ready to
anything
cool
with it,
down.
it's not gonna work out well because it's front wheel drive.
So nighttime cool down.
I mean, the Frenchies they build only
Yeah, I've
front-wheel
been there.
drives,
It's
so.
no fun.
I mean, I
Front wheel drive is very popular.
I own a car,
Normally works, and like I
you know,
just
to
take my shirt off if I get
take it
hot.
to the shopping
When
center,
that was what I did.
and
Just- a lot
to
of the
have
time I
fun
just sat on
driving.
my chair- my
I
desk
don't
chair,
need
I saw, like, a mesh
to
bag,
like
so I
drift
just-
or race or
I
whatever.
closed
So
my door,
for
took
me,
all
it
my clothes
doesn't
off,
matter
and
if it's like
my
rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive,
I was
all-wheel
like-
drive.
I was
Doesn't
so
matter for me.
cool.
As long as I have fun driving it, all
It's
good.
not
Right.
fun. It's not fun.
For
Currently-
me, it kinda does because
Are
of
you
the weather
driving
patterns here.
curtains?
Like in the snow, I
Is there
don't want to
any
drive
snow at all?
anything but like a
It's
front or an
good,
all-wheel
yeah,
drive.
but No, we don't have the cool stuff. No snow.
I mean,
just
from what I understood,
cold.
on
Do you
snow,
get any
front-wheel
snow?
drives do
Is,
have
is it just too
benefits.
dry? All
Because,
Never touch
you know,
snow.
if you have a rear-wheel drive, have fun in corners.
We would get snow, but it wouldn't be
Yeah, and also like all the weights in the front of the car, so you have just no
It
traction.
would just be
Yeah.
miserable.
I mean,
and
there are
gray
there
and
are
smoggy
rear-engine
and
cars, but you
cold
know,
for months.
Those are exceedingly rare.
yeah. Either it's a sports
go to
car,
a place
then
that
it
has
usually
snow.
has mid-engine, or
experience
it's
something new.
it's a very old car, like the VW Beetle, the original one. That one had the engine in the back,
Oh yeah.
and
Okay.
the
Yeah, no, I
Fiat
saw one of those.
124 or the Polski Fiat.
I do
That one also
wish
has the engine in the
not
back.
to leave your house.
The Maluk.
I've seen one of those. Was it a really old VW? Yeah, no, it was a really old VW Bug. You popped open the trunk, it was like a 37 horsepower V-twin inside of it. Little cute little engine, it could power the car.
A lot of things.
The coolest
And
fun
yes,
fact I've heard about
I am enjoying
the
all
original
this
Beetle
sort of
engine
bullshit.
is if the main belt rips while you're on a road trip, you can just take a woman's stocking.
It's easy.
As a
It's easy.
replacement.
Yeah, it's a lot
It
easier.
actually
It's a lot
works.
easier.
Like,
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah, no, and then you take it into the shop, you get a new belt. Yeah, no, I've heard of that before.
Subscriptions because I had no money.
I know people have done it on other cars that weren't VW Beetle, like the timing belt breaks, so they just like take a stocking. Doesn't last that long, gets you like 10 miles.
Yeah.
Fair, 500 money. Okay, okay. Well, okay, I take it you don't have access to a car then?
Yeah. I'm gonna hop off. My tracker's almost dead now. So
Alright.
it was a nice talk. Bye bye.
Not exactly. So you
Don't stay up too long.
Highway or a car.
Don't worry, I won't. I'm also an EST, so it's only 8 o'clock right now.
Ah. Alright.
I can't drive.
Hmm?
I mean, I can't
Sure.
drive, but I
Verbal
can
quest?
legally.
Bet. Alright. Take it easy, mate.
Yep,
It helps. I hate driving. And I've lived in places where you need to drive everywhere. I hate
Discombobulate. No.
it. Is
Oh god. The eyes. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
derp is love. Derp is life.
Bye.
Bye bye. Sleep well. Don't stay up too long. Good night.
Thank you. Bye bye. I mean, it's midday for me, but bye bye.
Stay up.
Gotta extend the antennas.
271 hours.
171
Easy,
hours.
no.
Good night.
Bye.
No. Yeah. Here we go. Alright. Hope you've enjoyed today's livestream. If so, leave a follow. If not, well, don't. And I will see you guys in the next livestream. Bye bye and good night.